Y'all serve restricted too? Phone service?
One West, 12 tribes, UPK. I'm a One West rapper, no hand stepper. Cross that path, can't look better. UPK, I'm out for those letters, I'll ride for those letters. This squad is forever. Ever since I was young, I knew what I wanted. Knew that we could either be hunters or with the hunters. Me and no choice of the predators or the prey. Shortest man whatever I was, but I didn't play. When I rock the stage, they fired at every stage. Rap gave a little bit of buzz, but it didn't stay. When I started hustling, getting extra bread, I always went broke, making sure that my niggas fed. But then I looked at loyalty, niggas, they wasn't fair. The same that I shed blood for, and it wasn't fair. But fuck me, don't turn me back on a real nigga. When I found UPK, I'm still with him. Trail with him, cause I've been in the field with him. Brains up, garments, rocking the shield with him. I never turn traitor, I never let my colors down. Never get my brother milk. I ain't like that other guy. Million like a funny group. They just had to get around. They was in the middle to confuse me. Get inside. Made them look they hold me to the king till the day I die. And one West head beating in my chest. Fuck all the rest. Two stage all letters. Other friends scared had to clean up all the mess. That's how we took over. I can see they all straight. They ain't got time to worry about no haters. I like the movie. I come to the narrator. They got the data. They will see us assimilated. Marching through streets so we come through here. All you smell is hitting and frankincense is the break. Cause I'm like One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path, it can't be no better. UPK outside for those letters, I'm riding for those letters. The squad is forever. I'm a One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path, it can't be no better. UPK outside for those letters, I'm riding for those letters. My squad is forever. Forever. Squad is forever. When a nigga in his whole life, I get so tight, shining blinded like a strobe light. I'm a homie down, so I'm fast to be back and forth night. Like a full fight, I see grave charges destroy Mike. I'm so tight, so I know that when in the door might have a more type of their feelings to take a soft type. I was always hoping to turn it back on the brothers. Ain't no any enemy, no strength in these numbers. You became a Christian, but nigga, I was among us. So make me feel the pain, it's like I'm a drummer. Now y'all go along with the style, I'm always talking about I see I'm trying to spin it. The way my soul is moving, I think that we got addicted. It's One West in the building, we all know it's like written. Lyrical exercise in the booth. First movement, like how to set it hard heavy. So when I reach it, I'm building up a hardcore flex when I finish. And right into the light workout, back to business. Group singing UPK, cause we the illest. I got one question, will they ever stop hating? Waiting on the door so long, I'm salivating. Yeah, this hurt gets so strong, I call it hating. I get the green light, dope, no hesitation. Y'all just been holding our spot like reservations. Now we back to work, something's still on the cases. Mixtape singles and even collaborations. They smiling in the face, but I know I see aggravations. You ain't got to hide it though, you fucking mighty home. UPK bringing that heat, you know the fire zone. One West. Cause I'm a One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path, but it can't be no better. UPK outside, but
somebody says Justin to see his ETA.
You hate to be crazy for that one.
Who am I to be compared with? I'm out with the rap game on some real shit. And I ain't fucking with these rappers on some real shit. Tryna stack on chips on some stale shit. Uprise and get the priest that he fell quick. People running in the dark like the Blair Witch. I'm true to this shit and I can't switch. Leave him shaking like he trying to get that paint bitch. I'm going hard in the paint, bitch. Say he a god, but he ain't shit. He just impersonating. Full of that dope, you're hurting nature. Pumping the smoke, he ain't a gangster. Now it's time to expose you. Time to show you how a real soldier rolls through. Death coming when it comes, let it hold you. Raised by mighty men, it's how they mold you. Heart thumping like broke through. I ain't none but the truth, boy, I told you. Sound cold in the kid, cold blue, fresh like Chucky in the truth of the dope food, nigga. Run and get the team, take his land like the old bitch from soul food. I'm just trying to run my penis up. Don't fuck cause it's semi tough. Semi tough, but that ain't enough. Listen, to be quite clear, bitch, I'm smooth like a light bill. These niggas dead, I beat light bill. I'm going up like a light bill. Cause I'm just trying to get a buzz like my last name Light Hill. Send a message to the man cause I'm fortified. I'm about to trade in my 9 for a 45. I'm killing this shit, gotta modify. You be carried up at the other side and moralize. Them niggas nice, but I'm way more superior. He ain't one way, he don't fit the criteria. Don't take my kindness for weakness. I'm a beast on the interior. These niggas can't be serious. Brave heart, boy, get the heart. Dumb boy, get the sword, you'll get picked apart. Or she say you know God, but don't even start. Been with your heart, I see that you niggas dog like a swinging star. It's more time, ain't no need to play. This slow ass nigga, you would never win us anyway. They say I'm going down for the things I say, so I win and got that clock like you gon' roll with me today. Stop. These niggas weak, but we ready for more strain. No type of pleasure, bring more pain. Fuck that soft shit, bring more pain. Straight soldier out the gate, I don't move as it's more pain.
God, boy. Can somebody bring me a napkin, Bubba Kashan? You sure somebody? That's me? My brother. I knew I met you in the past, man. You might have been blood brothers, man. Come on, I appreciate it. Y'all good? Everybody good? Let's check this feed right clear. Hold on. Lord in Christ, Lord in Christ. To all my brothers and all my sisters. Hold on. Share the class, please. I know y'all seen that foolishness. Well, you ain't seen it. I know you seen the clip of it on your Facebook. Them dudes yesterday get presidential candidates. If y'all ain't watch it, it's hilarious. I'm telling y'all right now, it's funny. I watched it. I was laughing.
So, you like?
Yeah, I'm live. Yeah. Yeah. Let me share this thing up real quick. Okay, I got some right here. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying though, I'm gonna check the sound real quick. Okay, cool. Alright, so look, like if y'all ain't see it, these fools was in there arguing and showing who they really are, like, and then like they arguing and going at each other's neck, like Trump ain't answer no questions. He was just bulldogging Joe Biden. Joe Biden getting mad, irritated. They arguing up there. It was just it was like a reality TV show. That's exactly what it was like. And it's supposed to be the men that you trust in, the men that are leaders of America. And you know, you can't take them serious. You know what I'm saying? They're a joke. You know what I'm saying? I take it as like they showing who they truly are. Esau is showing who he truly is, how he truly acts, his true nature. It's two sides of the same coin. Like, you know, you got one that's loud and preposterous, what's the word? Obnoxious. And you got another one that's just trying to be a smooth talker but can't really talk at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was stuttering up there. Trump had him pumped, like a little bit. And he just came out and said, he was like, man, shut up, clown. Like, you know, it was just like, he was up there getting mad. Trump was talking about his son. I was sitting there like, man. So your son, he's like, your son is dishonorably discharged, and it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. Me and my real was watching it live. It was hilarious. But but on a serious note, these are the people that they telling you to go vote for. These are the people that they telling you to go, take your time out your day to go vote for one or the other. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen the memes? It was like, it'll be a snake, and it's like, this is Trump, and there'll be a snake with like a wig on it or something like that. And they're like, that's who you should vote for. It's basically the same thing. They both, ain't no president, ain't never did nothing for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They uphold the Constitution. The Constitution holds you as 3/5 of the men. They uphold the standards of these police brutality, or they uphold this system that is designed to keep you down, to have you not prevailing, to have you in slavery, or have you enslaved like you are now. So it doesn't matter if you go vote or not. That's why after 45 or 46 presidents, nothing has changed. The people have been in the same condition from when we first came over here to now. It hasn't changed, and ain't no president gonna change that.
That's right.
And that's why when you in these when you're in the society, when you come to the truth, you get a little bit more, the lights, your eyes are opened up a little bit more, so you will see it. But like, when I see these police, like the Breonna Taylor thing, I think I said it before in one of my previous classes, I said, I don't expect justice from them. Why would I expect justice from a people who are unjust?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Why would I expect justice from people who don't love me or don't care to have justice? I said, because if it was really about justice, if they give Breonna Taylor justice, they got to give 400 years of slavery justice as well. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to give you no justice. Because then it's like, okay, we was killing y'all back then, and y'all didn't have no justice. We killing y'all now, so why would I give you justice now? It doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to be, even though they are hypocrites, they're not going to be out there like that. So don't expect it. When you see a brother get gunned down, I'm like, just don't expect. I don't expect it. I mean, I expect I respect the uproar, how it makes blacks and Hispanics feel, but I don't expect nobody to get to count no police. They're part of the same, judicial system. The judge and the police officer are part of the same judicial system to come against one another. You see what I'm saying? I don't expect that. Nor do I expect the president, who's a part of it was an executive, what's some branches of the, go ahead, sis. Legislative, so your laws, executive is like the president, judicial is like the judges and stuff like that, right? Right. They all part of the same tree.
That's right.
When you ask me, you expecting that tree to burn off one of its branches for you? Nah, it's not going to happen. That's why it's important for you. What you got to do is separate. Separate from this mentality of being an American. Separate from the mentality of what America upholds, its holidays, its, go ahead.
Like what you said is all clear. Like, man, even with the, you know how they say his words are smoother than butter.
Yep, I'm gonna get that preset today.
They from the same tree. They make it seem like they going at each other, but they come up with the same agenda to make even their own people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have enough for their own people. They make it seem like we have a choice to deflate civil unrest.
Mm-hmm.
Where people will come up against race, like they got a chance, they got a hope. They continue to lie. They were smooth, but so like we can't. They have no love for us. Period. That's why they do it how they do it.
Exactly.
I just want to.
You're right. They had no love for us, nor will they ever have love for us. So don't expect it. Like, I ain't gonna raise my children to be like, hey, the police officer, he good. You know what I'm saying? Trust him.
Man.
And he gonna take. No, I ain't gonna raise him. I'm gonna raise him. Hey, when you see some black men, you trust him. You know what I'm saying? I would rather give a brother in the world the benefit of the doubt than give a damn police officer or somebody a part of this government, the government, my trust. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's lucky, but we done made that mistake how many times?
Man.
You see what I'm saying? How many times have we made that mistake and it still bites us in the ass and we still try to, well, let's just give it another try. No, it ain't gonna ever work. I'm telling you that right now. It ain't gonna ever work. Because this kingdom is not built for you. But it's another thing I wanted to touch on. Hey, it's in my mouth. But so this kingdom is not gonna work. It's not built for you. It's not built for it to work for you. So don't ever expect it to work, right? What else was on there? From Ashaki Miss Joshua. I'm pretty sure you probably seen it online, but I ain't that thing. I done did Joshua already. So he ain't come I finished it out. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? The brother he rolled it out to the end. You know what I'm saying? Joshua's a true soldier. Any questions though? Y'all got any questions on the law or anything like that? You know this is the law class. Anybody? No? Alright, so we're gonna keep rocking. What was that you asked me yesterday? What was it about? What was the precept again? It was in Ecclesiastes. I know it had to do with reincarnation. I asked about. Go ahead, Sabah.
I got one too because I was just thinking on the other day about Lazarus. You know what I'm saying? Like how he died and God brought him back, but he was still the same as before when he left. Then when they went up to worship at the High Holy Day, well, Christ said he wasn't going at first, but he went. It's the main holiday the Passover.
Right.
When Christ, he's at the Passover. But like I didn't understand it because like you know what I'm saying, when we pass, we're supposed to come back and not be, you know what I'm saying. But maybe that'll just show a miracle that Christ
resurrected. It's regeneration and resurrected. Okay. When you get resurrected, it's like you come back as who you was. Like you died Sabak, you come back Sabak. Like you know who you were. Resurrected, right? Oh, that's what happened to Lazarus. It's only a few circumstances that has happened in the body. Now reincarnation or regeneration is when you birth back through and you have no memory of former things. You see what I'm saying? That's two different. Go ahead.
Okay, I only have a daughter. I don't have a son. Mm-hmm. So if I die tomorrow,
Karamashak gonna birth you back in some way, some form. Y'all brothers, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all from the tribe of Gad, right?
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? That's how it'll work out, like just like that.
Okay.
So you don't fret, brother. You know what I'm saying? So somebody, you come back somebody. Go ahead.
Sir. In the days when Christ comes back, is when the dead rise first? Is that reincarnation or is that
resurrection? It's resurrection because people are literally gonna be coming up off the ground. That's who they were when they died. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be crazy that day. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy. Like, someone might come up to me and see my dad and like, hey, I'm your brother, and they be like, this is my crazy. It's gonna be crazy. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I appreciate that you go along with that, sir. Like, thank you.
No problem. I am the boy. Anytime. Anybody, go ahead.
So was it Ecclesiastes 8 and 11?
Right, I think that is. When we talk about the wicked go, it's a perfect precept. I asked about it because it's a perfect precept for what I'm talking about right now, right? Okay. Hold that precept for me, all right? Okay. So, look. Back to this whole politics type stuff, right? You got like people. Most people don't know because most people don't read the Bible. Us in the UK, we know that democracy killed Christ. Y'all know that, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Voting killed Christ.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Y'all heard of the Council of Nicaea? They came together and devised a plan and voted on how they was going to kill Christ. That was their democracy. Right. You see what I'm saying? So you vote, you go out there and you vote, you go out there and you striving for which slave master you want to rule over you. Yeah. You're anti-Christ. You see what I'm saying? You are going against what Christ stood for. Christ stood for unity for his brothers and sisters and for you to separate from America. Well, I'm smoking incense. Go ahead.
Because just when you say right now, some kind of slave master, slave master don't have no love for you. Mm-hmm. Slave master, he's brought there to inflict pain on you, inflict suffering on you. Right. There is not going to be no peace that you're searching for. Mm-hmm. Man,
he brought you over here as a slave, and now you think you're just a free man? Come on now. Why would he ever? His intention is to build this country and to see. Like, come on now, y'all know Esau. Esau plans for now and for the future. That's why they built these stock markets and their companies. They built their buildings that they build to last forever. They think that what they build and how they make stuff is going to last forever. That's how they built their nation. So they brought you over here to build their nation for a long-term goal. wasn't just for, we gonna have them just for 400 years and be done with them. No, they never intended to let you free or to let that yoke off your neck. They always planned on to keep you slaves, and they keep planning on keeping you slaves. See what I'm saying? And you voting and joining unto the society, you're gonna suffer the same downfall with the society. Just like back in Egypt. You had Israelites at that time that didn't want to leave. That was like, no, nigga, I love this, whatever the heck Egyptians was eating at that time. They loved Ra. You see them make gods and stuff like that. And they suffered the same fate as the Egyptians did. Same thing you're going to have in these end times. But the brother had brought out a question yesterday, and a precept yesterday, and it goes right into my point because most people see like Esau don't get no judgment. Esau don't nothing happens to him right away, or nothing happens to him. So like it seems okay to do the things he says to do, right? Go ahead, read the precept for me.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11.
Mhm.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Right.
Therefore,
Wait, start at 11. Start at 10. Let me see what 10 says.
verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw the wicked buried.
No, go ahead. Start at 11. Slocky. Go ahead.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, because you don't see it happen right now. Because he did wicked, he should die. I mean, he should have been dead by now. You know, you see Esau, Trump look like he better. It's like, y'all seen Joe Biden? He look like he about to roll over dead. He look pale and just like, how you still living? You see what I'm saying? Like he on a lifeline or something. But then you die at 25. You die at 18. You die at, 60. And they live into 90, 80, sometimes 100 years old. You like, damn. And they tell you that the way I'm living is right, the way you living is wrong. And it might seem that way to you, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Now, because the judgment is not executed speedily, your mind is fully set to do wicked. Because you follow after the white man. You see that he's getting away with it, so why can't I get away with it? Right? You see the Irish mobs, these mobsters, these Italian mobs, and you're like, you know what, he getting away, he's living a long, cool life. I can do the same thing too. Wrong. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him.
Right, now look. Here's what he's saying. Who wrote Ecclesiastes? Anybody know? I'm going to give it to you. Solomon. King Solomon wrote Ecclesiastes. He wrote Proverbs. He wrote Ecclesiastes. He wrote Wisdom of Solomon. Right? King Solomon wrote it. And look, he's saying that even though the wicked live a long life, and a lot of people are swayed to do the wicked thing because these wicked have this such influence, I know it's going to be well with the people who follow after the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. See what I'm saying? It's going to be well with them. Because if a wicked man living this long, imagine how long you going to live. You doing the right thing. See what I'm saying? It just shows to account the mercy that the Lord has, and he's saving that wicked man for a certain time period. A certain time period where it's going to be judged. You ever I broke it down to Quran Shaq like this, like, you ever see you watch anime or cartoons, and the bad guy always, he get away with all this bad stuff because it builds up to the plot at the end for the big great battle. And then when the bad guy gets defeated at the end, it makes the whole series that much more better. You see what I'm saying? That's Esau. Esau is the big bad villain getting away with all this stuff. And you're like, dang, how they let him get away right there? Dang, they should have killed him back then, right? And now the build up is getting interesting. And then once you get to that last the big boss fight, Esau gonna get his head chopped. His nation's gonna be destroyed. We know what's gonna happen at the end. His nation's gonna be destroyed. And it's gonna be that much more satisfying. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's gonna be well deserved. See what I'm saying? All right, let me drop that. Y'all ain't got no questions on the law? Y'all sure? Go ahead.
I got a precept for you talk about with the Democrats, whatever.
Oh, go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15.
Kyle, I'm gonna pull that too. Go ahead. No, you can pull it right there.
Akim Akwaki over here. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee,
Mm-hmm.
whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right.
One from among thy brothers shalt thou set king over thee.
Right.
Thou mayest, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Now look, read it again from the top one more time. Where I'm gonna break it down.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee,
Mm-hmm.
whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right. So it's gonna be a man that the Lord shall choose. Y'all who used to set king over you, right? Which we know who the Lord chose to be our king, and that is anybody? Go ahead. Yahushua, Christ, right? Go ahead. Keep reading.
Right. One from among thy brethren.
Right, Christ is from among our brethren, right? So he's from amongst the 12 tribes. Go ahead.
Shalt thou set king over thee.
Mm-hmm. This is speaking of. I'm bringing Christ into it, but it's speaking for just in our nation. We don't pick people outside of our nation to rule over us. So that means you don't go out there and you're gonna go vote for Donald Trump or Joe Biden.
That's right.
You don't do that. It's not our nation. It's not our politics.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee,
Don't set no stranger over you.
which is not thy brother.
That's what you're doing when you go out there and vote. You setting a stranger to rule over you. I pick you to rule me.
Yeah, man.
That's what you're saying. I pick you to rule over me, and he's not your people. He doesn't have the same compassion. He's not bone like bone, flesh like flesh. Y'all not even raised the same. You can't even understand your pain. Right? Go ahead.
So it's safe to say that the Messiah, we don't agree with both, right? Like you don't.
The Lord is utterly against you voting and agreeing with your oppressor. He's 100% about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and he's 100% about you coming together as a nation, not joining into another nation. All throughout the Bible, he's trying to separate you from the nation that you didn't join onto.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? All throughout the Bible, he didn't try to separate you. Try to separate you from Egypt. He put you in slavery in Assyria to teach y'all a lesson. You join into them. Babylon, all these nations that we've been in captivity under, you choose to join into them. Us, Slocky, we choose to join into them. And the Lord is telling you, like, stop. You see what I'm saying? Stop. And the same thing with America today. Go ahead, Slocky.
I say, like all these presidents and kings that we done served under, none of them love the Lord, neither have the Lord known them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about us, they don't give a damn about the Lord. So why would you even want to put them over you? Because everything that they do, even America, everything they do, everything that they represent goes against the Lord and His law.
Right.
All day long, it's built to go against it. That's what they thrive on.
Right. The kings you served, all of them, and the nations that you served under, all of them had you as slaves. You see what I'm saying? All of them did. You know who the Lord recognizes? King David. You know who the Lord recognizes? Elijah, Moses, Joshua. That's who the Lord recognizes. Many different kings throughout the Bible. That's who the Lord recognizes, right? His prophets and his kings that He set up that are from His people, from His nation, right? Keep reading on that, Mashapah.
That was it.
That was it? All right, give me Genesis 11 and 1. I'm going to do some separation precepts for y'all real quick. Then we're going to get some gatherings together precepts, right? Now, who knows about the Tower of Babel? Go ahead. You know about it? Break it down for me real quick. Tower of Babel. Quick synopsis.
Group of people who start building high buildings, trying to reach the heavens.
Right.
And so God, would you say it was a curse that He took away their language? And he separated the language, or was it like a thing that spread out nations?
He kind of, I wouldn't say it was a curse, but I would say it was something that the Lord wanted. Go ahead.
It's a lot of but everybody was trying to, I'm not sure, but I believe everybody was trying to join in one accord. And they was basically trying, Lord didn't want that. Like basically a one world type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. Just a quick question: is this like the start off of the what they call today the Masons, the Master Builder?
I don't know. I don't know about Masons too much. That's not my profession. That's not my expertise. But I'm not
I'm
sure.
at odds with one right now. He's
A Mason?
He's saying that it goes before Egypt. So I'm like, okay, so it's going to Nubia. Are you trying to say that you go all the way to
Egypt? But Egypt's always been around.
Well,
Egypt.
it was Nubia before Egypt.
Well, Egypt wasn't as prominent as it was back then, but Egypt, when Ham left, his sons started Egypt and knew like all these different spots. Like, you know, that's his people. They started all that. So it's always been around since Ham been around.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know about that. I ain't into the masonry and stuff. I got family that's that crap, but I don't pay attention. I don't watch it. Go ahead.
And all Masons, all they represent goes against the Most High too. They still, you know what I'm saying?
Look, if it ain't this Bible,
that's right.
you know what I'm saying? It ain't of the Lord. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's simple as that. Like, if you ain't teaching these Bibles, if you ain't following this Bible, I mean, not to say you can't have other sources of information but it all has to correlate with this. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead, give me Genesis 11:1. Now look, Slocky, this is what the Lord wants. The Lord wants separation. I'm gonna say that for you right now. The Lord isn't for all human beings gathered together, right? The Lord is about separation, right? Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 11 verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language.
Right, now the whole earth spoke one language, right? Go ahead.
And of one speech.
One speech. So I could say, what's up with you? And everybody in the world knew. White, black, Arab, whatever he was. You knew what I was saying. Right? Go ahead.
When it says of one speech, is that the same thing to say as one language, or is one speech a doctrine?
No, I wouldn't say a doctrine. It would just more so be like, one language is, we all spoke Hebrew. The speech, it would be like, we understood each other like this, like the ebonics of everything. We understood everything. The speech, you know, because we speak English, but we could have a conversation right now in front of a white person, like, what the hell did they just say? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Verse 2. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to let us make brick,
right,
and burn them thoroughly.
Thoroughly, right? Thoroughly.
And they had brick for stone and slime. They were mortar.
Right. Go ahead.
And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
Right. So now all these people is coming together to build a tower whose top will reach to heaven. Right. Go ahead.
And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Right. Go ahead.
And the Most High came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men building.
Right, so the Lord came down and seemed like, what is that they doing over here?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what is y'all doing? Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one.
Right? Everybody is one. This is the heavy part. Go ahead.
And they have all one language. And this they begin to do.
And this is what they begin to do. Y'all trying to build a tower to heaven. This is what y'all do when y'all all want to accord with each other. Y'all start to do the philosophies that y'all share and have. You realize you don't share the same philosophies as Esau. The Asians, they like to I'm damn sure don't share no same philosophy as no Asian.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I don't get down with eating bats and sea creatures.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But if we all want to speak, we all want to core, we all seem like we the same people. So the Lord has to come in and say, look, y'all not the same.
That's
Right? Go ahead. Because this is what y'all do when y'all all together. Go ahead.
And now nothing will be restrained from them,
Right. There's no limits. There's no boundaries. Right? Go ahead.
which they have imagined to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go to, let us go down and there confound their language.
Right. And confound their language. Just separate them up to where I don't understand Korean. And where Esau no longer really understands my Hebrew language. Or Arabs speak what they speak. And they speak what they speak. Now this is the Lord scattering the languages, right? Go ahead.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and they left off to build the city.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore is the name of it called Babel.
Right. Because the Lord, now look, I'll bring this precept out because the Lord, when people try to get together, you see, I'm talking about when humans try to get together. You see what the Lord did, right? The Lord scattered everybody. He separated everybody. He said, nah, this ain't right. This ain't how it's supposed to be, right? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You can put these down in your separation precepts. I got a couple more I'm going to go get to. This is an example. The Tower of Babel is an example of separation. Go ahead.
No, so, just when this is read, like I could get a feeling like there's something evil about the Tower of Babel, and I just want to ask, what was the problem with the Tower of Babel?
The same thing that's the problem with NASA. See what I'm saying? They try, why you, same thing. They trying to defy God. Like, man, we can get here too. Like, it's a spirit behind it. You see what I'm saying? Like, they look, because you got to think, they do these whole, trying to, what's it called, incubator births. They trying to, you know what I'm saying? They trying to, like, they doing all this weird stuff, and they saying that I can create life, and I can, look, Esau wicked as hell. And they're trying to do a lot of wicked things. Same thing, the spirit behind God, but they're trying to, like, we can get up to the heavens too. You can't restrain us. You can't stop us. We're gods. You see what I'm saying? That's the mindset behind the whole Tower of Babel thing. The Lord's like, nah. Like,
Wow.
down, strike you down. Go ahead.
Like it, sir. On that note that you just spoke on, I seen an article. I'm not sure if it was real. Now, I'm pretty sure it wasn't real, but it was an article, and the title was "First Male Birth." First male gives birth through anal canal.
Oh, I seen that. I ain't know.
Do transplant.
But, I mean,
That's some. You see now? You see what Esau tries to do?
God.
That's what happens when the whole, like, y'all want speech. The Lord said, nah, let me take my people and put them over here, put them over there, put them over there. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people.
Right, this is speaking of the children of Israel. Hold on. Hold that. Somebody give me Zephaniah 2 and 1. Matter of fact, read that. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an unholy people,
Right?
unto the Lord thy God.
Right?
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people
Mm-hmm.
unto himself,
Right?
above all people
Mm-hmm.
that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. So look, the Lord, that's separation right there. He's specifying who he loves.
that's fine.
And look, hold on. Let me see where he speaks to the children of Israel. Read it one more time.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an unholy people.
Holy means what? Go ahead.
To be separate, sir.
Separate. Go ahead.
unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right, so after this is post Tower of Babel. This is post Egypt, right? This is when when Moses is giving the Lord laws, statutes and commandments, right? We after our Exodus, we're in the wilderness at this point, but go ahead. He said, you are a holy people, a set apart people, right? A special people unto the Lord, unto himself. Go ahead.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above who?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
The Lord said you were a special people above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So why would he want his special people that he set above all people to be joined into Asians, or to be joined into Esau, or to be joined into Africans? Why would he want that? If he sets you apart from the beginning of since the beginning of you becoming a nation, he's telling you this. You are special. You are set apart. You are above all people. So now you fast forward to today, you want to vote for Joe Biden. And you want to stay in America. Right. You want to live and be American. But the Lord said you special. You a child of Israel, right? Right. Go ahead.
Verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you.
Right.
Nor choose you. Because ye were more in number than any people.
Right, the Lord didn't choose you because you was the greatest number of people, right? That's not why the Lord chose you. Go ahead, keep reading. You're going to find out why the Lord chose you. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Go ahead.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
You were actually the smallest number of people. You went into Egypt with 70 souls, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the other which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Now to see who are these people, who the people that they talk about in this verse, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, who came out of Egypt? That's all. That's a simple question. Go ahead. I know y'all know. Go ahead.
We did.
Israelites. Israelites came out of Egypt under Pharaoh, right? From bondmen and bondwomen, right? So that means who are they talking about in verse 6? It's Israelites, right? And he said the Lord didn't choose you because you were the most number of people. He chose you. You actually the fewest of all people on earth. But because the Lord loves you from the beginning, and the Lord had made an oath with your fathers. He said, I'm going to love these people, I'm going to take care of these people. And that's why the Lord chose you. See what I'm saying? That's why you were that particular people, right? Drop that. Let me get 1 second. Deuteronomy 32 and 8. These are all separation precepts. And somebody give me Leviticus 20 and 26.
You still want Zephaniah 2:1?
You can drop that for right now. You don't get it later.
Like it. So what's the verse for Leviticus 26?
Leviticus 20 and 26, and then before that, I want Deuteronomy 32 and 38. I mean 32 and 8. So like it.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Verse 9, for the Lord's portion is his people.
Right. Hold on. Oh, let me look up something real quick too. Hold on, you have to read that again, Karama Shot. I think that went over their head. All right, go ahead, read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided.
Hold on. When the Most High divided, right? Speaking of what? When we read in Genesis 11, he divided in the Tower of Babel, right? Go ahead.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
Right, he divided the nations their inheritance. You go this way, you go that way, you have this land, they get this land, right? Go ahead.
When he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
For the Lord's portion is his people.
For the Lord's portion is his people, right? Go ahead.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, right? So it's speaking of this. This is what it's speaking of. That's what the scripture is saying, that the Lord divided everybody around, and he set a specific, look, it was never like the odds was against us. The Lord set it all up to where we was always on a cool playing field. You see what I'm saying? Until we mess up. Then we go into slavery. But that's how it was. He set it up. His inheritance, my people gonna have this land flowing milk and honey, this good land, and everybody else get the branches off of that. You get what I'm trying to say? That's what this precept is describing. The Lord divided it up to where Israel always came out on top. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. He found him in a desert land, and in the waste hollowing wilderness.
They said that he brought him up. You can drop that. Go ahead, give me Leviticus 20.
Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul.
Sorry, I don't bring up for one. Let me get Lamentations 1 and 2. That might be it. I know it's one of these things. Salaki, that's not it. No, it's not it. Let me get Lamentations. Try it out. 1 and 10.
Lamentation what?
1 and 10. See if that's it.
Lamentations chapter 1 verse 10. I came out Fatima reader.
Okay.
The adversary has spread out his hand upon all pleasant things. For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. All her people sigh. They seek bread. They have given them pleasant things for meat, to relieve the soul. See, O Lord, and consider, for I am become vile.
Read 10 one more time, Salaki.
Lamentations chapter 1 verse 10. The adversary has spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things, for she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation.
Right? Go ahead.
All her people sigh. They seek bread. They have given their pleasant things for meat, to relieve the soul. See, O Lord, and consider, for I am become vile.
Right. So look, this is speaking of how you will be when you join unto your enemy, right? The heathens have taken your adversary, your enemies have came in and they have taken over all that you say is good, all that you claim to be good. They took over your identity, your culture. Shit, they trying to take over your woman. They trying to take over your household. They taking over your language and your what's it called? What's them Jews over there doing right now? Yeah, that's your identity and your so-called religion, right? And they calling themselves Jews and they making it about them. They taking over. They defiling who they say you are, right? Read that again.
Lamentations chapter 1 verse 10. The adversary has spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things.
Right.
For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary.
Right.
Whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation.
Right. The key part of it, that they was never supposed to be a part of us in the first place. But you joining into them, you giving them that gate. Like you ever say, like people that say, "Oh, I say this white boy can say nigga." And then like now it's a gateway to where it's like he got his foot in the door now. When he gets his foot in the door, like you ever heard that saying, you give him an inch, they're gonna take a mile? Exactly what be happening. Now you got Post Malone's and who else you got? Like white boys thinking they can just, I mean, game banging ain't our culture anyway, but like white boys thinking that they can just be black and it's okay to do that. And like they giving you an award on your own shit. It's like for my language, they giving you an award on your own culture. You see how backwards it is? That's what happens when you join onto a nation that's in desire. You see what I'm saying? They take what's yours, flip it, make it theirs, and make you work for something that was already yours in the beginning. So you mean to tell me that white people came up with the idea of hip hop? But you striving to get awards for them. You know what I'm saying? You striving to be on their top 10 list. You see what I'm saying? It's backwards. Go ahead, Sabah.
I'm gonna say that. So in the hood, we call that hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? That's. But yeah, I agree.
So right, sir. And then when you basically say something about it, they want to always use that excuse talking about, oh, everybody's equal.
Right. It gave them control over you. Go ahead.
Or I got the bigger one.
Man, that's a perfect one. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, we created and make it, but they patent
And they own it.
and they own it.
And so now you have to work for something that's originally your idea. There's so many things that have been taken from right up under, like these precious things, these ideas that's been taken from right up under our feet. Like peanut butter and many different inventions, like something as simple as peanut butter, have been taken from right up under your feet to be now is one of the biggest things going, and a white man owning that. Electricity.
Yeah.
It's so many different things. I think it's like windshield wipers. It's a black man idea. Stoplight. I mean, it's so many things that you can think because we are the salt of the earth. We make it ours. They take it and make it theirs. And it comes with being joined into a society. You bring the idea to the white man like, hey, look. He like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna handle it for you. They taking that, put it right behind their back, like, go ahead, get this patent the legal way, and you come back like, oh, they did it for us. Where's my check? And they're like, what check? What check? You don't deserve no check, right? Go ahead. Somebody did it? Go ahead.
I would say that just like I be tripping off like how NBA players or NFL players, like just off of the legacy of the man who they make the shoes off of, like Jordan got his shoes, you know what I'm saying? So the white man get the biggest cut off there, but he made the shoes off of his play, off his talent, off of who he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they still get the biggest cut, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like feeding into back what you were saying this moment ago, you know what I'm saying? How they do it. It's a trip.
It's highway robbery. That's exactly what the hell it is.
If you think how much Jordan making off his shoes, they probably making 10 times more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And they bring out the same shoe every year. Jordan didn't come out with no new shoes.
Yeah.
They give you and they bring, this is what they do also. They bring another person like Russell Westbrook on. Take his creative ability. Here, we let you design your shoe. Your signature shoe. Now his design is going into Jordan brand. Jordan making a cut off that end. They making a cut off that. And Westbrook getting, to us it's probably a lot of money, but he getting pennies compared to what they get. Sure. Same thing with these record labels. They own your masters. It's your blood, sweat, and tears inside this music. And now look, that you can't even, all you getting is a little royalty check.
Yes, sir.
And probably a portion of the royalty check. You're probably not even getting the full royalty check. You see what I'm saying? I remember it was an instance where the dude that sing the Lion King song, I don't know if y'all know, it's a black brother that sing that what's that Lion King song? It's like one of them. No, it's not that one. It's another one. But he do the voice for Simba.
Okay.
It's a black dude. I don't know his name. But look, they offered him. He did a song. It's one of the songs on there. They offered him $2 million Just see, take this back. This is like, you know, back in the 90s. So like, we was like, oh shoot, $2 million. Like, but then they said, but you don't get no royalties. You don't get this, and that. Just take the $2 million, do the song, you good. His mama did a power move and said, no, we want the royalties plus this, and I'll take $100,000 right now, and we'll get the royalties for later on. So it's significantly lower. That brother said he's still eating off them damn royalties. He still has a nice, like, chunk, because he was like, it puzzled his mama to go, why did they just offer him this much money just in the beginning, just to do this small song for this supposedly small movie? They knew it was going to be bigger than what it was, so his mama said, I'm going to take the royalties. Now, every time they play that song, or they come out with a new Lion King like they did, he getting a check off that. No, I'm good. I'm too wild right now. Too wild. Go ahead.
So, like, you talking about the brother that basically told, that was basically doing an interview, and he said he thanked his mom for that?
Yeah, he said he thanked his mama for that. Yeah, he was like, I was watching it like, that's black people using their mind. A lot of black people want to be joined unto Esau, just like, hey, just give me the money. I want the money so I can do whatever I want with it. But you're not looking at Esau as a deceiving, cunning bastard.
That's right.
He gonna try to manipulate you because you're the one with the creativeness. Who want to see a bunch of Dirk Nowinski's out there on the basketball court? Nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see a bunch of what's the name of the white boy? I don't know what the hell that is. You know what I'm saying? He's a boxer. You know what I don't know what that is. I don't want to see him. You see what I'm saying? You want to see our people out there because we make it that much more entertaining. And to be joined into a nation that is basically, they like what's it called? One of them things that just suck the blood out. You won't even know that they're there. A leech. But what's a leech though? It's a parasite. It's a parasite. They like a parasite. And it's just going to continue to bleed off you as much as they can. And they doing that not only is they, think about if black people had their own India. See, but we don't go for the brands. Like, I mean, we after the brands. We don't go for, like, our own. We go for, because it's Gucci. Because it's the NBA. The brothers had a big three. I mean, it wasn't as entertaining as the NBA is, but it was good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever seen one of the big three games. It was good. Like, but it was something that was black owned. You see what I'm saying? We could have that same power behind it. I think the brother Black Authentic Truth, which is the Wobble Boy, he did something about like who robbed the freemen's trust. It was like free men that had their own. We had our own bank at the time. At that time, what the money that they had in there would be over $50 million. They had in that bank at that time. Somebody robbed it, clean, never got sold. Wow. See what I'm saying? They always try to take away. Okay, look, I'm bringing all this out because they always try to take away from your greatness. Right. And how long is you gonna get your blood sucked? You're about to die. You see what I'm saying? You're about to die from loss of blood. I'm trying to tell you right now. You need to be resuscitated. Go ahead, Kramashad.
Like Matthew 5:13, get your foot.
Go ahead, I'm here.
Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
And that's what they do. You get like when the salt loses its flavor, like basically, okay, read it one more time. We'll break it down. Let me hear it one more again.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Right, you are the salt of the earth, right?
But if the salt has lost his savor, wherewith
his savor?
Savor.
So like his flavor, right?
Not flavor.
I know, but
that's basically it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wherewith shall it be salted?
Go ahead.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
It's good for nothing. And that's what they do. Like, a person that will be an icon to us, like R. Kelly, even though, granted, he might have been doing that weird stuff on the side, but a person who will be like I shall actually, somebody else real quick. Hold on, R. Kelly's bad. That nigga did that shit. Like, who else? Who's
Mayweather?
They can't tarnish Mayweather. Man, they might if you do something dumb, but they gonna try.
Yeah.
But y'all know what I'm talking about though. The cycle of how they build you up, use you, they try to tarnish your own. Once you lose faith with him, but we're still like, you gotta mess with Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson is just like, he forever will be great. Because you remember Michael Jackson for Billie Jean and, yeah, you remember him for that. You don't remember him for when he getting old and about to die. You remember him for what he was. But they'd be like, no, look, Michael Jackson, before he died, he did this and he did that and he did this and did that. Always trying to tarnish you before you go. Like, and we, as a black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, need to learn that no matter how much you do for the white man, no matter how little you do for the white man, he's never going to love you. He's never going to want you to be a part of him, no matter how many millions and billions of dollars you make. LeBron James making Esau hella money. I'm talking about the NBA. Ain't the NBA without LeBron in it. Like, picture LeBron not in the NBA. That brother could have been retired. He's 17 years in the game. He even got businesses outside, but he don't got to work to do nothing. But the NBA keeps him coming in because without him, we won't watch the NBA.
Right.
I mean, you gonna watch a game or so, but it ain't gonna be like how it is. Like niggas don't want to just see Giannis Antetokounmpo. You don't want to see him. He's just dunking on niggas and screaming. Like, I don't want to see that. You want to see the flashiness, the banging, and the passing, and all that type of stuff. You want to see that. What? They're gonna try to do something to Brown too. It's just Esau's tactics. So they don't ever want you to keep that wealth that you maintain. Right. They don't ever want you to keep the status or the hierarchy in society that you maintain. They do it to their own people. So what makes you think they're not going to do it to you? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's right. But give me Zephaniah 2:1. Now these are gathering together precepts. With all that being said, you're going to separate from Esau, right? Yeah. You're going to not vote for Esau. You're going to come into the truth. You're going to learn the true heritage. You're like, damn, Christmas is a lie. Easter is a lie. Ain't no bunny lay no damn egg. But because I'm teaching that, but I'm teaching this to my kids. Birthdays are pagan. Right. I'm teaching this to my kids though. You see what I'm saying? They got you, and this is how much of a devil he is. He got you teaching your kids lies. Right. And if you ever like do your history on these holidays, Tooth Fairy is a damn demon. Y'all ever seen the Tooth Fairy? Right. It's like, it's really this monster that's made of teeth, and when one of them starts to, oh man. It's, no, I ain't seen no movie. I'm talking about the truth behind Tooth Fairy. Like, it's the true, real life, like, entity that they made it about. Like, you know that one, ring around the rosy, pocket full of, that shit, that's about you dying. Right. You see what I'm saying? They got your kids up to the playground. Hey! Like, nah, man, Esau is sick, man. He's really sick. And you being joined into your nation, you doing stuff that you don't even really, it's just like, Granny did it, so, I mean, y'all gonna do it now, right? Go ahead.
Right, sir. I was gonna say, Valentine's Day is Saint Valentine would go to war, cut out the hearts of his enemies and send it to their wives. And that's where you get the hearts in the box.
Oh, wow. Huh. And what's the other one? St. Patrick's Day. You know about St. Patrick's Day? They said black people with braids, they would walk around Ireland killing all black people with braids. Locks, so to speak. That's what I heard. That's what I read up on. You had locks in your head, you had braids in your head, kill at me. That's what it was.
Especially Halloween.
That's like the worst of them all. That's like the freaks come out at night. They love that. They're like, you see, they started turning Halloween into a whole month. You know what I'm saying? Right. They like, shoot, I'm dressing up every single day. That's what he loves to be. I know y'all seen this on Facebook when Esau was walking around like horses. They dressed up as horses. And they were like, I get into the whole, they're like, I get into the full spirit of it. Like, I just, like, they got a horse head on, they white and ripping, and I'm like, oh, you was a sick, perverted bastard. Right. The wicked are estranged from the womb. You see what I'm saying? Right. And Esau went estranged from the womb, man. And I'm making light of it, but these are the things that this nation is trying to teach to your kids. They're trying to teach your kids that Jason becoming Jessica is normal. And that, like you said, a man being transplanted to have a baby is normal. Right. That should be accepted. Right? Go ahead. What you want to say?
Oh, so I was still in the army.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Christmas is like that's a
Did you say you still in the holiday spirit?
Huh?
You said you were still in the holiday?
No, not the holiday spirit. I said I
man.
was still in the section of
Got you.
talking about holidays. I was saying like Christmas is like a day where they used to get drunk and all the men would have sex with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then to make it up to their wives, they'll give them a gift or something like that.
right.
Like, and it was like, Christmas is so wicked. There's so many different stories on Christmas though. It's like, because they've been changed it so many different times throughout the years. That's one of them I heard that they, I think one of them, like, they would go and, like, if your wife didn't want to sleep with, like, basically they had these orgy parties. If she didn't want to sleep with him, they'll tie her up and kill her type stuff. Like, it was like some weird, like, maybe I could be wrong, but I was like, I think all of it true now. I'm like, y'all just, I know Esau for what he is, like,
Right.
he do some wicked stuff like that. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So, it was just, the moral of the story is, separate from Esau.
Right.
Keep the Feast of Tabernacles, keep the Day of Atonement, keep the Passover, keep the Sabbath day. You see what I'm saying? Keep the things that are glorious to you. Not Independence Day, which they celebrate your downfall. Not Cinco de Mayo, when they killed your brothers. You see what I'm saying? Celebrate your culture, your high holy days, your holidays. You see what I'm saying? But give me Zephaniah 2:1.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Right. Gather together, O nation not desired. Who is not desired in this earth? Mashapah.
Israelites, 12 tribes.
Give it to me in a way that they will understand. What if somebody don't know that they're Israelite? What would you call them?
I got a precept.
Go ahead, Amir.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it.
Hold that precept. We don't get there. Hold that precept. We don't get there. Salaki. But who's the Israelites?
Black Hispanic Native
That's what I wanted to hear.
Right.
Black Hispanics and American Indians. So go ahead. Who's not desired in this world? Israelites. He said. And who's the Israelites? Black Hispanics and American Indians. Read it one more time.
That's right. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Look, you got to gather together, because if you don't come together and build your nation, who's going to build it for you? You still relying on Esau to give you stimulus money and EDD packages, and it's not gonna suffice, because all he's gonna do is tax you even more. They brought that out in the debate too. Donald Trump paid $750 in federal taxes.
Yeah, man.
Like,
That's one paycheck for somebody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
what he said, $750?
Yes, his whole, and that nigga's a billionaire. And he paid $750 in federal taxes, while you working at McDonald's. Let's say you work at McDonald's, you make $20,000 a year. They take out taxes, you really only making what?
About
10, close to 10 probably. Now, don't say you got some Medicaid or you got some insurance or something like that going on. You're not really making nothing. You're surviving off crumbs. And by one paycheck, I mean, he making billions of dollars, $750 in federal income tax. And you got to pay thousands of dollars in taxes. You see what I'm saying? That's why Esau is such a devil, and you are not desired in this world. He got you working for bread, pennies, and crumbs. You evicted, worry about the stresses of the world, and he living lavish off you working. You see what I'm saying? He owned the company that's paying you the crumbs. You see what I'm saying? But I say that to say you're not desired in this world. You the ones being shot down in the street. You the ones being locked up. You the ones being, all this bad stuff is happening, and don't nobody want you. Who were you before you were, where did you come from before you was African American? Before you was where did you come from? Ask yourself that. Why you so busy trying to be joined on to America?
That's right.
The place that you're not desired in. They don't want to see you live. They don't want to see you prevail. Kanye West said it good. Like, he said what? hey, I forget the boy. But basically, he said, I'm still a nigga in the coop. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. But he's talking about how.
Even though you still something like that.
It's on that, what song is that?
That's, It All Falls Down?
It All Falls Down. I'm already about to tell me that. I hate when you get up there and you standing. But anyway, so, All Falls Down, he says, like, even though I'm a nigga in the bin, I'm still a nigga in the coop, something like that. Even though no matter what the status you get, you still are looked at in society as by Esau as just a nigga. You see what I'm saying? No matter, I can have billions and trillions of dollars, I'm still gonna be looked at as a nigga. I remember I was watching this documentary. It was like rich black men were discussing how they were racially discriminated against. I forget the name of the documentary, but it was like they thought that since. But what I got from the documentary was they thought that since they had this money, they had this status, and they gained this and they gained that, that they would be accepted, that it would be easier for them.
Right.
Come to find out, it's actually harder for them.
Right.
They basically was like, now in my mind, I'm sitting like, well, idiot, if you would have just realized who your skin color from the beginning, you would understand and realize who you're trying to join yourself onto. You could have took them millions of dollars and put it into your community, and you would have had that satisfaction that you probably was looking for. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I get satisfaction when I know, like, brothers come to my house and we getting barbecue, we getting kicked in, and everybody had a good time.
Right.
Like, they're showing the brotherhood. I have satisfaction with that. That pleases my spirit. Like, it makes me feel, it boosts it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It boosts my morale. I feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like, you know, Akin came over and had a good time. Like, it was a good time. So now, picture if I had millions of dollars. Man, everybody in here gonna have cars. You gonna be looking good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna be like just because what I got from the documentary, what they failed to realize is that brotherhood is a weapon. You know what I'm saying? And building your own people and gathering together as a people is what truly is what's supposed to go there. Rather than just try to be joined, you're getting millions and millions and millions of dollars just to try to take it back to the white man. When that could have been going to your hood, you could have built centers, or you could have paid your tithes. Brother, get $10 million, pay your tithes, be good. Man, Junior Hunter gonna make it happen. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna build more schools like this. You see what I'm saying? More sanctuaries, more of everything. You see what I'm saying? That we already have. And what people don't realize is that you making this money in this society, trying to be joined onto your enemies. They don't love you. I'm gonna repeat this. I'm gonna drill this into your head tonight. They don't love you. They never will. Right?
That's right.
Go ahead. Give me 2 and 2.
Zephaniah?
Yeah, 2 and 2.
Okay. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff.
Drop that. Let me get Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. And then Mashapal, let me get Deuteronomy 7 and 15. And then young man Justin, let me get Matthew 6 and 24.
Okay.
All right. Whoever got Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right, you are oppressed in this society. You should be mad. You should understand your condition. See, the reason why most blacks, Hispanics, and the Native American Indians is just okay with just getting by because they don't realize that they're oppressed. They don't realize, what's that, Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge? They don't understand that they are destroyed. That this man has his foot on your neck and he's destroying you. But us in this UBK, we're upset. That's why we go to care and we blaze on it. That's why we teach these fasts to let you know that this oppression makes a wise man mad. Because I understand my condition. I understand the condition of my people. And it's upsetting to me.
Right.
It makes me angry that I gotta click on my phone, that I got a Facebook app that's for entertainment purposes. And I gotta see my brother getting shot down in the street like that. Or face bashed on curbs, or getting locked. Can't even a proper, what's it called when you get locked up? due process. That's what it's called. Your time from jail to the courtroom.
Sorry.
The due process, right?
Oh.
Can't even get a proper due process. But I see a police officer shoot a brother in his own house, get hugged by a judge, and she get a couple years and she good.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But let her brother steal a candy bar, he get 25 years. You see what I'm saying? That's the backwardsness of this society. You didn't even tell me you want to vote. You know how foolish you sound to me, telling me you want to vote.
Right.
What is this really gonna do? Well, we just gotta get him out of office. We just gotta get him out of office and put who? That pedophile up in there?
Right.
And put who up in there? Joe Biden?
Man,
Right.
call us roaches.
Exactly.
Man.
Call black kids roaches.
Right.
You gonna put him up in there? Oh, because he smiled and he kind of cool. He ain't like Trump. He like Trump.
Right.
They one stick. Just like blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is one stick. You see what I'm saying? Just because they got a different philosophy on how they pitch it to you, it's still the same motive.
Right.
That's to kill your ass. Go ahead.
So like I said, I was gonna tell you, Joe Biden also basically he made a bill to incarcerate the black and Spanish population.
Right.
Because Joe Biden was on that wave. I seen that.
Yeah, he was in
He was on that wave.
Yeah,
He's a racist.
exactly.
Joe Biden is a racist.
Right.
All of them was racist.
So it's no different. Like,
It really isn't.
no different.
Trump just like, y'all know I hate y'all. Biden's like, yeah, I don't, but I do. Like, come on, man. Like, it ain't no difference. Like, that's why I say, which slave master you want to rule over? That's basically what you're asking for. It was this thing, it was like this cartoon that was made. Salakia. I know I'm sideboarding a lot. It was this cartoon that was made, right? And they talked about, it's a lesson in it. It was back in slavery days where they would give their slaves to vote on which, like, it's so cruel. They would give their slaves to vote on how they basically want it to work. Like, you get to pick how you want it to work. You get what I'm saying? And it would be, what it would cause was the whole motive behind it was like, okay, you say you want to work over here today, you get to work over here today, you want to work over there today, you work over there today. But all in actuality, whose agenda is being pushed? The white man's agenda is being pushed. Whether they work here today, whether they work there today, it's like, it just makes it less tension for my slaves. Like that's what white man's saying. It's less tension for my slaves. It gives them a false sense of power, right? Now you had one brother that was on the slave. This is not a true story, but this is what the cartoon depicted. Yeah, one brother that was on the plantation was like, "Hold on, this ain't right. This is not right. They lying to us. We still slaving. It ain't easier." Just because we get to pick what we want to do for the day. And guess who crucified? Go ahead, sis. The other slaves. Shut up, this is that. And they told him, and the slave master said, what do y'all think his punishment should be? Right? And the slave master said, oh, he should get whipped. So they tied the man up, and they whipping him, right? Now, what that brother was saying that had the uprising mentality, the rebellious mentality, what he was saying was that they lying to you. Y'all think it's better when it's actually worse. They're taking more from you than they're actually giving you. Right? And as there's two slave masters. One slave master is beating the dude that they talking about. They are like, yeah. And another one's giving them a speech. Now, the one that's giving them a speech got them so focused and locked in on what they saying, they not even realizing that slave master over there just whipped that man to death. For what? Why did he kill him? Anyway. Go ahead.
Same reason they killed Christ.
Exactly. For what? For being a rebellious. Because they couldn't let that mentality, they could have just, the black people thought that he was just going to get a punishment. 10 lashes, going on. But at the end of the day, they didn't even realize in the story, they didn't even realize that he died. They carried him off and buried him somewhere else. And then when they went back together, they talked about, if I could, I'm going to share it again on Facebook. I shared it like 2 years ago. They talked about how they can't let anybody else uprise like that. We're going to have to do it the same way. We're going to have to kill him again. Because we can't let that mentality, breed. Like, basically, we can't let that flourish. You see what I'm saying? And so, what I'm saying is, I'm saying all that to say that you are those people in the world, not y'all here, but you are those people that are like, yeah, we want to work over here today, we want to work over there today. You just picking which slave you want to be at. And now realizing that brothers like us is the ones that's being beaten and crucified. You see what I'm saying? Because we done broke the chains off our neck. We done chose to gather together and come into the Lord and serve Him in truth and sincerity.
Right.
You the ones that's rooting for our death. Y'all ever seen that clip from that one movie? I don't know what the movie was. He was like, "You killed me." The black dude was like, "You killed me." They're tying him up. He's like, "You killed me. Just know that you killed me. I could have got away, but you the one that killed me. At least I ain't gonna die like no slave like the rest of you." Yeah, y'all seen what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's like an
older movie, right? Yeah. And he was telling them like, by you loving this oppressor and thinking that you're doing something right by him, you're doing something wrong by your people. See what I'm saying? And that's what that brother that got beat, I'm gonna say his name was Lewis. That's what Lewis got beat. That was he was trying to tell you that, look, you join on to this people and think that what they giving you this false sense of power is enlightening, but it's really to your downfall. They're working you more, and you're not really getting no freedom of choice. You see what I'm saying? It's to their benefit, and they beat them all while they was listening to that speech. Right? Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I was gonna say a good example for those people is like Charles Barkley. Where they just so quick to put out the people who even speak regardlessly. They're quick to shout them out. Like,
they hate their people. People like Charles Barkley hate their people.
Right.
And like I brought out Isaiah 30 and 10, like they don't want to hear the right things. They don't want to hear the good things. They want to hear the smooth things that fill their spirit, right? Somebody give me that next precept I call. I believe it's Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 15.
17 and 15.
Oh, 17 and 15?
Mm-hmm. Esau is such a devil that the Bible speaks of. And you got to realize that people get so offended when we say that. I don't know why. Man. I don't see how you can love a people who hate you so much. Man. Like, seriously. Like, I don't see how, even when I was in the world, I didn't like love Edomites like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I could never love a people that hate me so much. Just look at their history. Like, if you read the history books, the stuff that they brag about, and them, it's really bragging. They're not educating you on a goddamn thing. The stuff that they brag about in them history books is like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Right.
You did this to the Native American Indians?
Right.
And this is what we supposed to learn? I gotta take a test on this?
Right. You
did this to blacks? Racial integration? This is what happened in the 60s? We're not that far removed from the 60s.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. Damn. I was be like, damn.
Right.
So when I hear people that be like, oh, I love them. Oh man, all people should be saved. Stop worrying about Esau. Worry about your people being saved. You see what I'm saying? You so tied up. They so tied up in letting that one. They want that one white person to be saved so bad. They didn't give a damn if all his brothers and sisters died. You see what I'm saying? They give a damn if his fellow black man died. He just care about that one white person being saved that he loves so much. You see what I'm saying? That's the backwards mentality that we have as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right. And then the ISUPK, under Commander Jimmy Hunter, through the Spirit of Christ and the Most High in Christ, we trying to break that cycle, break that mentality off, and let you know that, look, recognize you got an enemy in this world that's out to kill you and your sons and your daughters, with no regard for their life,
right? No
regard for their age, who's set out to personally destroy you. They got many counsels that you don't even know about to destroy you, how to keep you down, who want to destroy your children and destroy your household from the inside out, and play the villain and the hero. See what I'm saying? But go ahead, give me that Deuteronomy 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. I cannot walk you. Are you there?
Just go ahead, rock with it. We should run a long time.
I'll tell you.
Let's just go ahead, keep reading. Even if they're not there.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
Oh, we read this earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, drop that. Give me Matthew 6 and 24.
Okay.
That's basically speaking on the Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Pick you a king from your own people. Don't vote. Don't go out there and vote for nobody else. Don't go out there and try to set a new slave master over you. You should be trying to rebel against your slave master. The hell you trying to join into the same time, don't be trying to join into the slave master. You should be trying to rebel against him. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
You can't serve two masters. This is a perfect precept. Because there'll be a lot of Christians that say, God love me, and I love God. And let that good old dollar bill start coming around. They be like, you know what, I ain't gonna do what I said I was gonna do.
Right.
I'm gonna say it over here this way. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Right. So you can't serve the other. I appreciate it. No, I got it. All right. You can't serve two masters. You can't serve Esau and serve the Lord. You can't serve America and serve the Lord. You can't serve money. You can't and serve the Lord. Why? Because you're gonna choose up. You're gonna choose up. You're gonna pick one over the other. And in that day, you decide to pick money over the Lord, you fail. And in that day, you decide to pick women over the Lord or America over your people, you fail. You see what I'm saying? You failed. You failed yourself and you failed your people. And you don't deserve to get on no chariot. Better luck next time.
Right.
Try again. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, continue.
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
Mammon meaning money. You can't serve God and money. That's why we say money, because money is very prominent in the society. People will do a lot of strange things for that dollar bill. Man.
Right.
A lot of strange things. Trust me, I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? I would do it. I didn't give a damn about nothing as long as I had what I wanted, what I desired. And I could give it for my family. Nigga sell you drugs to destroy your family just to feed his family.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? That's how you say. That's why you say the money is the root of all evil. A woman will actually go out there and sell her body, one of the most precious things she has on this earth, that you can't value. You can't put a dollar bill on it for money. You see what I'm saying? That's a sad thing about it. Because why? Money is your God. The Lord is not your God. And that's what I'm saying. You and the Isupk, be thankful for your opportunity to change. Be thankful for your opportunity to become that new person. Because you could have still been out there serving money to the end of your days. And you would see brothers like us getting beamed up and sisters getting beamed up and be like, damn, what did I? You know what I'm saying? And it's too late at that time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So be glad that you have this opportunity and don't take it for granted.
Right.
If you took everything else for granted in your life, you even took your own life for granted. Don't take this for granted. Cherish this. Love it. And treat it like it's yours. Because it is yours. See what I'm saying? The Lord gave it to you. Just like he gave it to me. And I'm not going to take it for granted. You see what I'm saying? So you do the same. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink.
Okay, that's going into a different breakdown.
No.
That's a good breakdown too. We're going to drop that. Hold on 1 second. Any questions, anybody? Or any sidebar, somebody want to make a comment? Go ahead, Isupk.
Can we use this as a one nation? Stand in one nation, stand in your nation.
Go ahead, let me hear it.
John chapter 11, verse 49. And one of them named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahushua should die for that nation, and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad.
That could be that's a good precept for that. That's a good precept for that. Somebody give me 2 Kings 13, it's like 17 and 33. You had a question for Amashak? Okay, I thought I see it on here.
Like you said 2 Kings
17 and 33.
17:33.
Mm-hmm.
2 Kings chapter 17 and 33. Akim, we here?
Okay.
Go ahead.
They feared the Lord and served their own gods, after the manner of the nations whom they carried away from thence. You going? Unto this day they do after the former manners. They fear not the Lord, neither do they after their statutes, or after their ordinances, or after the law of commandments, which the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel.
Right? Go ahead, keep going. So we don't do after the former manners. Why? We don't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments that we were supposed to do. We walk around here. What do we do? I don't know. I keep the laws, statutes, and commandments now. What do we do nowadays? We walk around here smoking weed and go ahead.
Eat pork.
Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Go ahead.
Sleeping on whore.
Right.
Celebrating holidays.
Kind. You better know all that.
Being unbrotherly.
Kind. No, facts. You're right. That's what we walk around here doing. It's hard for me to think about it because I don't do that stuff no more. I removed it far from me. Right? Go ahead, keep going. We don't do the things after the former things, where the Lord God gave the commandment to the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel. 35, go ahead.
With whom the Lord had made a covenant and charged them, saying, Ye shall not fear other gods,
Right.
nor bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them.
Right. This goes into the serving two masters. People want to think that they Muslim, African, a whole bunch of garbage, and they want to serve these guys. People like, shoot, I don't really need no God. I'm gonna serve myself. As long as I'm listening to what Esau tell me to do, then I'm good. Because America is the mightiest power in the land of the free, home of the brave, and the greatest country in the world. Right?
Right.
So it leads you to believe that. And that's what you serve. And you have been so far removed from who you were supposed to be. You're supposed to serve the Lord your God. It's simple as that. It's really not hard. Is it hard to stop eating pork?
No.
Is it hard to not stop smoking weed? Like, I know he said stop smoking weed, he said oh, it's funny. But in the world, I know you was I gotta stop smoking weed, got drug tests coming up. You probably didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But it was times that you probably did do it. When you went to jail and you didn't have no weed in there, you was fine. You lived, nigga. You was good. You know, you wasn't dead. You didn't die without it. People in that weed, weed is just it consumes them so much that they feel like they can't. It's not that you can't. It's that you don't want to. It's not that you can't stop smoking weed. Stop sleeping with whores. is that you don't want to.
That's right.
You love, like Kevin Tazarian broke it down, a demon is only pushing you to do something that you want to do.
Right.
You want to, like, people like, the demon's attacking me. No, brother, you attacking yourself. And the demon's just helping you. Attack yourself. Like, yeah, hey, look, she do gotta, yeah. And you like, man, she do. All right. Then you try to look up precepts and things in the Bible, like, is it wrong to actually do that? You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make it, like, comforting to you. That's a demon. See what I'm saying? That's you, the demon. That's the demon on you. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. So it's like,
As you can say, yes, it comes down to just a decision. Because now you have to come to the truth. In other words, what you're going to decide to do. So there's things that come to my mind as soon as I wake up. I have a devil on my head. It's up to me to say yes or no.
right.
So you just had to decide who yes or choose that who you will serve. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, if you back the Most High, hell no, I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just a decision that you have to make every day. That's that warfare. You got to be about what you're about. You know what I'm saying?
Is he going to fight or is he going to give in? That's what it is. Go ahead.
I like how you said the smoking. That lets you know who our people are so abused and we got beaten to the system, because that lets you know who we fear. Because being in the world, I know niggas that, oh, I gotta go take a drug test. They will stop smoking for that white man. But they won't stop smoking for the lost testament family.
Right. Facts. That's what they serve.
Right.
That's what they serve. White men say, I'm going to give you 100 years. Because they accident. The Lord say, I'm going to give you the kingdom if you listen to me, or death if you don't. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a backwards mentality. Go ahead, sis.
Just how you said how the white man doesn't love us, the perpetual hatred is really perfect.
What's that? It's in Ezekiel, isn't it? They have a perpetual hatred for us. You got the precept?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Somebody pull the sister precept. Give her a hand. She got to pull a precept. Which precept is it?
35.
Ezekiel 35:5. Somebody pull that for us. They do have a perpetual hatred towards you.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Akimakwati, are we there?
Hold on. It's like, it's so many precepts in this Bible that will show you that the white man hates you and you still love him. That's just backwards in itself right there. Go ahead, though.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Right, you shed the blood of the children of Israel. We just read in 2 Kings 17:33-35 that Jacob, whose name was Israel, who he gave laws, statutes, and commandments to, right? So we know who the Israelites is, the people whom the Lord chose, right? Go ahead.
In the time of their calamity.
In the time of our calamity means the time of our, okay. I know how to explain it, but okay, the calamity will be a time of our correction. We messed up. We in a slump. We getting punished by the Lord, and Esau decided to go and be like, let's go more on it. Go ahead, yeah, cool. Go ahead.
Basically like our suffering, right?
Our suffering, God.
The calamity.
Calamity. Great misfortune, disaster. That's it.
Because when you don't serve the Lord, and the Lord said, look, when the Lord gave us some law, statutes, and commandments, he gave us the blessings. In the first 15 verses, he gave us the curses. The curses went long. It's 68 verses, you know. 1 through 15, you get blessed. The Lord said, no, I'm going to drill it in their head. If y'all mess up, what's going to happen? You see what I'm saying? Like, you ever heard the whipping, how your mama described the whipping that you're going to get? You're like, yeah, I'm going to get all that. Like, all right. But, like, go ahead. Man, you're like,
Go stay home on the sleep.
And that's Jake. That's Jake for you, man. And he's starting to get some bad news from all the time. He's like, man, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. I don't know about y'all.
With all your clothes on.
Going straight to sleep, man. Now that's facts, though. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a sad thing that in our time of our calamity, and when the time of the Lord already punishing us, that you got somebody else coming in their life. We see that they down, let's do more. Right? Go ahead. Continue on that.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was over for us, but they still was like, more, right? Who's holding the precept for me? Go ahead, read it.
Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
That's the Ezekiel. Yeah, drop that. Give me Lamentations 4:17. You hold the precept, Justin?
Sir.
Psalms 139:19.
Okay.
Lamentations 4:17. You gotta separate from Esau, man. You gotta gather yourselves together, man. They don't love you, or there's no will they have. Just know that. Check my word for it. Don't want to take some of these celebrities' word for it. Take my word for it. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm gonna tell you what's real. You see what I'm saying? They don't love you. I don't got a TV show to lose to where my actions and my words is gonna be cut because I gotta monetize. I want to keep this money coming in. Damn, Esau don't love you. I'm gonna say this right now. All these athletes and they be afraid to say because they gonna lose all some money. We the real Jews.
That's right.
Esau don't love you. White man hates your guts.
That's right.
And he's a faggot and a homosexual.
Right.
And gather yourselves together to your own people, man.
Right.
Regardless of
That's
you
right.
get the support that you want. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
Right. We have yet failed. For how long are you gonna look to the government to save you? If you really look at it, that's how the government got so much power. Because we constantly gave the government power. The government never had power like it used to have until over the progression of years. Due to people had power. That's why if you didn't, it used to be a time period. If you didn't like who the hell the president was, you'd be like, get him out of office. And the people would gather together and veto that nigga, veto him right up out of office. Can't do that now because the government has more power than, you done gave them more power than was before. See what I'm saying? Well, go ahead. That's your vain help. Your vain help is that government. Go ahead.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Watch for a nation that cannot save you. Neither do they want to save you. Go ahead.
That's right. Verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt your steps. Go ahead.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Can't even go in your own neighborhoods. Go ahead.
Our end is near.
Your end is near. That's how you feel when the police pull up behind you. Like, damn, it's about to go there. I might not make it home. You going to jail? I'm getting shot. Something. Go ahead. Our end is near. That's how you think when you in the streets. Go ahead.
Our days are fulfilled.
I'm living my life. Go ahead.
For our end is come.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagle of the heavens.
Right. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heavens. If you look at Native Americans, they think that eagle is like their go-to animal because it's the strongest of all the birds, right? They're supposed to have, they say they have spiritual powers or whatnot. I'm not too sure about that, but you know, that's what they look at. But who represents himself as that eagle? When they say they landed on the moon, what did they say? The eagle has landed. Who did that? Who said that? Go ahead. Who had to hear him?
Neil Armstrong?
He was an astronaut. Yeah. But what nation of people said that? Esau. You said what?
I was about to say, it's like all these nations.
All these nations, but Esau represents them. Well, a lot of nations represent themselves as the evil. Yeah, think like, what's that? Esau represents himself as the eagle, more prominent than anybody. But who else? Brady, Khan. What's that? I think it's a falcon. I don't know if it's an eagle. They represent themselves as an eagle. But this is more so speaking of America, though, right? Because America represents themselves as an eagle, and they say they're swifter than the eagle. I mean, they coming to get you faster than anyone. They got so much different agencies just to hunt niggas. Like, they got so much different agencies to hunt black people. ATF, FBI, DEA, CIA, Homeland Security. What other nations? They got like the police department, sheriff's department, gang task, crash. Like, damn, how many of y'all is it gonna be? Because they desire to keep you down. They ain't got all them people for nothing. They desire to keep you down and keep you locked up. ICE. I forgot about ICE. Don't forget about ICE. Oh, yeah. They putting Hispanics on freeze. So lucky, no pun intended, but that's how they doing it. And it's a cold game that they playing with you. Because it's a cold game that they playing with you because I think Oscar Ward, the brother, posted a video. His brother was trying to hunt, and the brother was just trying to hunt. He said they playing music of killing, they hate niggas and killing niggas. It's like, he said, I'm a first responder. Meaning, like, he the people that go and will, like, he will be the nigga to go save that white man's life if something was to go down. And he said, it makes me feel bad that I can't even have the freedom to go. He said, I don't have no hate in my heart or no ill intent in my heart. And to be honest with you, none of y'all would if y'all didn't realize what was going on. If Esau was just over there in his land and we had our own land and there was no oppression, you wouldn't hate Esau. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't be like, man, you'd be like, I don't care about them. Let them do what they're doing, right? But since this crime, this iniquity has been committed against you, now you start to order like, oh, you done did this. You done did this to my people, my people. You like, I don't have this. But Esau, I say that, and vice versa, Esau has naturally had a hate for you. From the womb, he naturally had a hate for you. You see, a perpetual hatred, kind of, it's never ending. And since he has that, and you don't realize that, what side you gonna pick? You see what I'm saying? What side you gonna land on? What side of the corner you gonna land on? Go ahead.
Precept. I got it, but they say we call it we looking for an avenger. That's some people that's just lost Christians. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, you looking at the white man who's coming to save you.
Yeah, the white man that played the villain and the hero. He didn't want to put the drugs in your community. Then be like, okay, I'm gonna come get the drugs out your community. Like, what the hell? Yeah. It's one of them bad. It's like watching one of them bad 1930 movies. Like, you know, like the bad acting. Like, they're like, this is stupid. Turn it off. Like, that's how it is. Like, they didn't put the drugs in the community. Don't worry, I'm the DEA to come get the drugs out your community. Y'all done put this in here. You see what I'm saying? Right. Go ahead.
I was watching this thing where they say like black people under slavery, we have PTSD from our ancestors. Like if they don't beat us so bad, our ancestors so bad that it had post-traumatic stress, and it trickled down from gene to gene to gene to gene today.
You know why? Because it's what you've been taught. It's how your parents taught you. If somebody in your family has seen somebody get beaten, castrated, died, and this is now for doing what you're doing now. So that's why in the world's like, no, don't do that. Don't go speak out against them. Don't say it too much. You ever heard like the Illuminati gonna come get you, start speaking that truth. I know y'all heard that before. Y'all had to hear that before. So people, prophets like, they gonna come get me now. Don't tell me all this. They gonna come get me now. Man, we ain't hear no cowards, no excuses. I'll come get me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because even if I wasn't in here, you would try to come get me regardless. My life is hunting. You hunt our steps. Lamentations 4 and 17. Doesn't matter if I'm saying what I'm saying or if I'm not saying anything. You don't try to come kill us regardless of the fact. You see what I'm saying? And to touch on what you were saying, it goes into how they don't, it's like that motherly love. They want to tuck you and hold you in, so they try to protect you. They don't want to see you go that route. They don't want to see your son die like that, so they tell you not to do it. And that's been the mindset. It's like, your children wouldn't know that if I stand on this chair right now and I'm walking on the edge, I'm going to fall and bust my head. Unless you tell them that if I stand on this chair right here, I'm going to fall and bust my head. You ever seen kids, they have like that, no sense of fear. They just be walking like, they going to go run and grab the hot stove. Like, man, give me that. I'm with that macaroni and cheese right now, hot and ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go open the oven and stick my whole head in there. Like, they don't have that. Because it's really what you teach your children. That's why the scriptures say, train up a child in the way that they may go. You teach your child to fear the white man, fear society, fear this and fear that. You're giving the white man that power over your kids and over your household. That's why you said it's kind of genetic. It's not really genetic, it's taught. Because naturally, how are you? You a man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna grow into that. I'm gonna grow into being a man, and your spirit gonna show that because you're gonna grow up in how you in the truth now. Naturally, you're supposed to be like that from birth. See what I'm saying? I feel strong. I feel better. I don't smoke weed. I don't do this. I don't do that. You won't feel that way. But they didn't taught you to kind of like neuter you in a sense. See what I'm saying? That's what they do. They kind of neuter you in a sense, and they give your nuts to your woman right here. Take yours off you and give it to your woman, and that's how your household should be ran. It's backwards. And that's what I'm saying. That's why we say, I ain't gonna go too much over it. That's why we say separate from Esau and gather into your own, and gather together with your own people. You see what I'm saying? I got one more precept. Give me that one stick precept that you was about to bring out.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 16.
Now look, hold on. Before you get this precept, another tactic that Esau teaches you is that Hispanics should hate blacks, blacks should hate Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you hate anybody that's not Native American Indian. That's really how it is.
That's right.
Blacks hate Hispanics, Hispanics hate blacks, and Native Americans hate anybody that's not Native American Indian. Tell me I'm wrong. That's how it is.
Right.
And let's see what the Lord has to say about that. We read Zephaniah 2:1, got us together on Nation That Desire. Native Americans, you on the reservations. Hispanics, you in the barrios. Niggas, you in the ghetto. You see what I'm saying? It's different words, same thing.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 16. I came out walking, are we there? Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick.
Right, hold on. Just slightly. You don't get that. This is why I don't say that Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom BS. It ain't like bad to say it, but I don't say it because of this precept right here. Right? Go ahead.
Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companies, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
Right.
And join them one to another.
Right. So he's saying, take a stick, and bring it together. Right? Go ahead. Because you know, Northern Kingdom was considered to be Israel, Southern Kingdom was considered to be Judah. Right? That's how it was when the split of the nation happened, right? You had Israel, you had Judah. Right? Go ahead.
And join them one to another into one stick.
Join them to one stick. Bring them back together. Go ahead.
And they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
Right, so they're going to come to you and ask you, what do you mean by these sticks right here, right? Go ahead.
Say unto them.
Where you at?
19.
Ezekiel, what the?
37.
37 and 19. Go ahead.
Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah.
Right, so I'm going to bring these nations, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I'm going to bring Ephraim. I'm going to bring Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Haitians, Salvadorians, Guatemalans, Colombians, Native American Indians, Seminole Indians. I'm going to bring all these nations, right? Negroes, West Indians, right? I'm going to bring all of them white, these one nations, and do what?
And make them one stick.
And make them one stick. So I'm not going to have that northern kingdom, southern kingdom stuff.
That's right.
The Lord said what? I'm going to make them one stick. One nation to serve the Lord, to serve me how it was in the beginning. And look, the Lord, that's it on that. The Lord desired it to be like that from the beginning.
Yes.
From when he gave it to Moses and from when he took you out of Egypt. He desired for you to separate from your enemies. That's why he separated you from Egypt. If not, the Lord could have just gave you the laws, statutes, commandments in Egypt. Right? But the Lord said, no. Y'all need to separate from your enemies and have your own land and do your own thing. Same thing now. You need to separate from your enemies. Now is the time to get it right. It ain't going to be this time for too much longer. I'm trying to tell you right now.
That's right.
It ain't going to be this time for too much longer. You need to get it right now. Right?
That's right.
And with that, we're going to end this class. The water for rocking out with me, y'all. One West Radio coming up tomorrow. You know, we're going to be here live and direct. Make sure y'all tune in, man. Truth be told. With that, shalom.